Hey everyone, Dan here. We got a new app added to the Mission Monitor web suite of apps there. So this time around, I'm taking advantage of Battlespace Simulations MACE's WebSocket that controls MACE events. So events are just in plain text what happened at what time, and those can be like weapon launches or when a radar has acquired, or it can be a custom message. So there's a whole slew of things that'll happen during the mission that are logged, but I think that your typical user might be missing out on all this really cool data that's happening underneath. So we have a new app that's added to the Mission Monitor web app there, and you'll be able to follow everything that's going on in the mission a little bit easier. So let's take a look at what we got here. So you're greeted with the index for Mission Monitor. And as we scroll down here, this list is starting to get longer and longer as I keep on adding more and more functionality to Mission Monitor. We have Mission Monitor events. So go ahead and click on that, and you can see that, well, nothing's going on at the moment. We got the time, and the mission is at a stopped condition. So let me walk you through what the mission is first before we start seeing everything that's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and hop back to my main menu, and I'm going to go to Mission Monitor Map, and we're going to take a look at the mission itself. Now, obviously, I could just show you MACE, but figured I'd show you a map in case you forgot that exists. So what we got is we got kind of an attack coming off the coast, and it's going to be taking out an amphibious assault ship that's going to be leaving out of the straits there. So it'll involve launching MALDs to counter the radars and standoff jamming to make certain that the strike package can make its way in there. So that's what we got going on there. So I want to keep that in mind because I'm going to play the mission and you're going to see all these events fire off. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to hop back over to the events mode, and I'm going to go ahead and go over to MACE and hit play. All right. So we see that a whole bunch of stuff is happening here. Now I'm going to take Thunk25, that's one of the guys that I'm most interested in, and I'm going to double click on him, and I'm going to stake him right there. So, Floats 44 is our own ship. That's what that little pulsing there means. So what you're seeing is every MACE event is getting logged here and being drawn on the screen. So as something happens in the mission, like Thunk26 just saw that YLC6. That was an acquisition of it. It was an acquisition event. So we're just going to keep going along here for a second or two. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab Thunk27, and we'll stake him here and take a look there. Okay, the APG-82 just picked up the threat that's out there. We're going to be launching a MALD against any moment now. It should be any moment. Might cut out for time. There we go. The MALDs have been launched, and we could see that the EW radar has actually picked up the MALD before it started doing its jamming. So all sorts of things that are going on here. Now here's what's cool, is that not only are we able to do all this stuff in the browser this way, but also if you're able to bring in other devices into your simulator, you can follow what's going on. So in this case, I have this tablet, and it's connected via Ethernet to what I have in here, and you can see what is happening inside the mission as we're going. So there we go. So here we have the app, and the amphibious assault carrier just picked up somebody over there. Nothing's going to happen for a few more minutes. But anyway, you get the idea that you can use any device that has a browser and is connected to the high-speed network of your simulator, your LAN. You can see anything that's going on in your mission event-wise. Heck, man, I even get out my phone here and do it. Yeah, so I can even do it on my phone and see all the events go by and stake whatever entity I want and watch what's happening relative to them. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a mission that has way too much going on. So I'm going to go ahead and stop what I got here. And I'm going to go ahead and load up the Olympia test mission. Just going to go ahead and hit play. And we are going to see a whole lot of stuff happening here. Yeah, I told you, it's a lot. So the mission started, everybody's acquiring each other. That's what you're seeing inside there. And then things are going to kind of slow down a little bit. And we're seeing like 30 millimeters being shot. Oh, wow. Yeah, that Hellfire just picked up all those civilians there. There's a lot going on in this mission. And this is probably going to be the maximum of what you could see. And since I'm doing a screen share here of what I have on the screen, here's an example of what you would see in a portrait mode, say on your phone or tablet. And go up here and hit this flow button and move everything to the side so we get a nice left and right view of everything. You saw in that case that 864 just shot the ground, and we got the coordinates for the dirt that it hit there. The little pop-ups that you're seeing there are entities being tossed around on the IADs. So as they're being processed through an IADS, you see the name kind of like a puck being moved around from entity to entity. And again, I can come in here and take like this Leclerc right here, and I can just pin them right there and see all the things that happen relative to that Leclerc. So, and then I can just double click it and let it go along its merry way. And the next time that something happens to it, it'll show up at the right-hand side of the screen. So that's pretty cool, huh? Because what you got is a nice visual representation of all the things that are happening inside of MACE, so you don't have to read a wall of text. Let me give you an example of a wall of text of what it would look like. This one right here. So this is what the message looks like when it comes out of MACE. So a little hard to follow with your eyes, everything that's happening. It's great to log later and pore over for data or process later. But as you're monitoring the mission monitor, it's great to have that visual representation of what's happening in the mission. And that was the purpose of the web app that I just built and added to the suite of web applications of Mission Monitor. Again, Mission Monitor is content for MACE. It requires MACE to run. It is not a standalone software. So it is content that you load into MACE and use MACE's web server to use. Great. Well, I'm excited to show you what I built here. And yeah, have a good one. I'll catch you around.